ZUKO alone is one of the best episodes ever made. Not just in Avatar: The Last Airbender, of every show ever. This episode changed everything, and it puts on a masterclass of how to develop a character. This character development happens through some of the best planned flashbacks I have ever seen in my entire life.
Mom, want to see how Azula feeds turtle ducks?
ZUKO, why would you do that?
Ow! Ow, ow!
I'm really excited to make this video, because I have alluded to it many times in previous videos, but I bet you didn't see it coming. But before we get into this video, please make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. Look at this percentage of people that aren't subscribed. Do you guys not like me? Am I ugly? And you know, like and comment on the video while you're down there. Why can I not go one video without selling out? The episode's name is exactly what the episode is about. ZUKO is alone, and the main focus of this episode. Pretty basic, right? Isn't that all the episode is about? Wrong! This episode is super important in many ways, and it's the first time we get to see ZUKO as a human, and it is the first step in his journey. We get to see that ZUKO is like an onion. He has layers that are hidden beneath the surface. We first see this by getting to know ZUKO's past. We get to see some flashbacks, and these flashbacks first show us that ZUKO's father is pure evil.
Father, revoke Iroh's birthright. I am your humble servant, here to serve you and our nation. Use me.
But the show doesn't really need to show us that. We already know. It just needs to allude at it. And how does it do that? By showing us ZUKO's interactions with Azula and their mother. We learn how kind and compassionate ZUKO's mother is. The strict opposite of Azula and Ozai.
I failed.
No, I loved watching you. That's who you are, ZUKO. Someone who keeps fighting even though it's hard.
This contrast really helps us realize that the ZUKO we met in Season 1 isn't who ZUKO is. He is a complex character that is trying to be what his father wants him to be. But he isn't evil. We see this in the flashback where ZUKO is mean to a turtle dove, trying to be more like Azula to get his father's approval, and he instantly regrets this decision. But we get to see more than just ZUKO. We also get to see how Azula is actually a cunning and evil villain. She is not just a hot-headed protagonist, she is a calculated villain that will truly do evil things. This is clear in the flashback where Azula is mocking Iroh for not being able to lead after his son dies. This may just seem evil on first glance, but if you dig deeper, you can connect the dots. Azula does not start mocking Iroh until she receives his gift, which is a doll, while ZUKO receives a knife. Azula realizes that Iroh does not see her as a soldier or powerful bender like her father does. Azula realizes that in order to receive power, she needs Iroh to be out of the way, and her father needs to be in command. This example shows how evil and cunning Azula is even at a young age.
I still think our dad would make a much better Fire Lord than his royal tea-loving kookiness.
Okay, enough of the past, let's focus on present. ZUKO starts this episode, agreeing alone. ZUKO thinks of robbing some travelers on the road, but decides not to when he sees that the woman is pregnant. One small detail to notice here is that this is the same couple Aang helps in the Serpent's Pass episode. Story building! ZUKO eventually wanders into a desolate village. ZUKO instantly makes enemies with the band of Earth Nation soldiers that are quote-unquote protecting the village. These guys are a key example of how evil exists in every nation and not just in the Fire Nation, as I alluded to in the Is the Fire Nation Actually That Bad video. You should check it out, you know? Yeah. Continuity. Eventually, a family takes in ZUKO. ZUKO really grows to care for this family and their son. He even gives the son the knife that Iroh gave to him. This is a small detail, but it is very important because we can see that this knife meant a lot to ZUKO. He even used this knife to cut off his hairband, which symbolized him leaving the Fire Nation and becoming a nomad. This kind of gesture instantly backfires, however, when the kid tries to pull the knife on the soldiers from the earlier scene to scare them away when they're robbing the farm. Story building masterclass! ZUKO knows that he must save the kid.
I'll get your son back.
and he rides off to do so. This is one of the most Western scenes I have ever seen in my life. I'm not saying it's bad, but dude, like, just look how stereotypical Western this is. Alright, unsurprisingly, Zuko has to use his firebending to save the kid. This is a very predictable outcome, but what happens afterwards is truly shocking. The kid and his family instantly turn on Zuko. This episode shows us specifically how much this kid looked up to Zuko earlier, and how it would have been a very predictable, nice ending to have the village realize that not all firebenders are bad. But this isn't what happens. The show instantly closes that door in our face. The family may have taken Zuko in when they didn't know who he was, but now that they know he's a firebender and the Prince of the Fire Nation, they are horrified and he is no longer welcome. The kid even yells out that he hates Zuko after Zuko announces who he is.
No, I hate you.
What makes this so painful is that Zuko isn't welcome anywhere, and he ends the episode the same way he started it. Alone and hungry. How did this show air on Nick? The same network that was airing Dora the Explorer at the same time. Can we just comprehend that? Like, that's actually mind-blowing to me. Overall, I feel like this episode is one of the best episodes ever written. It subverts our expectations, grows our insights into Zuko and his family, and it peels back the layers. It even foreshadows Zuko's future as a member of Team Avatar. Zuko alone also inspired many shows moving forward. It was rare before the early 2000s to see a villain in an animated show as a person. They were usually just the evil bad guy. This is clearly visible in the Disney Renaissance movies. It was too risky to show a bad guy in a good light, because kids may learn the wrong lesson, and animation was a medium that people considered just for children. Avatar threw this concept out the window and showed that just because someone is currently viewed as the villain, they are not just pure evil. You can see a lot of examples of this in shows like Phineas and Ferb, where the creators made multiple episodes focused on the villain and giving them a personality. This all started with Avatar, and it's amazing to see how this concept has moved forward into other shows. Overall, I think this was a major stepping stone in the creation of animation as a medium. TLDR, Zuko Alone is one of the best episodes ever written, not just of Avatar, of any show. It is amazing and it influenced the genre moving forward. Well guys, that's going to be it for me today. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like and comment, as it helps the channel out a lot. And if you're not already subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button when you're down there, unless you think I'm ugly, even though you've never seen my face, but yeah. Anyways, until next time, Cinematics signing out.